Hey guys, I thought you might like to see what my car is up to. Coming up on a car here. Oh, look at this. You see what's happening? That is my regular cruise control slowing down to match the speed of that car. And as the car gets a little further away, that is the diagnostic output from the car controller that is using the longitudinal planner's desired speed to select the cruise speed. So I've got the openpilot's got a max of 83, so this should go up to about 83 and then it should stop. Set to 82 and look at, well, wow, would you look at that? So this right here, this is the cord to my pedal. You will note that it is not plugged in. This is operating entirely using the car's stock cruise control and spamming the resume and set buttons. It took me several days to get this working. I just got it working just now, so I'm a little excited. This output is pretty cool. So what we need is a little bit of hysteresis, I think is the term. Once it gets close to the speed, it's oscillating, and the longitudinal planner internally has there's a number of things that can be done to avoid what's going on right now, that it's bumping the speed up to 76, then back down to 75, 76, 75. Oh, except the road opened up, so now it's gonna go up to 83. Oh my gosh, this is working. This is working much better than I had anticipated, considering, oh, this is the first successful run. I had a lot of oh man, you probably don't want to hear it all. But let's just say Plot Juggler, I spent a lot of time trying to get Plot Juggler to run on Ubuntu 22.04 jammy jellyfish, and it did not work. I gave up and I made a virtual machine. I should have just started with the virtual machine with Ubuntu 20.04. I believe it's Focal Fossa is what it's called. Anyway, should have just done that in the first place. That would have saved myself a day of heartbreak. Because as soon as I got into Plot Juggler, I was able to see the problem is that in the actuators there is a speed value, but it was not being either populated nor used. So I just started that's the value that I was basing my work on, but it was always zero. So I just started populating it. No big deal. And that it needs some smoothing, no doubt, and smoothing it will get. Oh yes. So the other issue is if you spam the buttons too fast, cruise control shuts off. Well, so I just adjusted the spamming speed to be about so we got a motorcycle. I don't think it sees the motorcycle. There we go, it's slowing down now. yeah, it's a little closer. It's always a little closer to motorcycles than I'd like, but with the vision only adaptive cruise. Yeah, guys, hope he doesn't like honk at me or something. So yeah, I mean, there's some weird things when you first engage it. It doesn't get a set speed, so for whatever reason, it'll go down just fine, but when it goes up, it just keeps going up. But as soon as I actually hit the buttons to set the speed, the set speed shows up on there, and it works the way you would expect, sort of. Except that we're at 86, 84, probably, we're slowing down now, but probably it's, I used a really cheap way to get the speed into miles per hour. That is, I converted it to miles per hour. I truncate the number, and then I'm comparing the two, and I'm basing, well, whether or not I need to push the button on whether the difference between the two is essentially non-zero. Since we can only increase it by 1.6 kilometers per hour per button press, or 1 mile per hour per button press. That's our resolution is not, it's not very fine. Also, the normal message for the buttons goes at it's a 10 hertz thing, so it's every 100 milliseconds. If I spam at 100 milliseconds, it'll cancel the cruise or shut off the cruise. So I set it to 200 milliseconds, and now it's working fine. But that 200 milliseconds, more than likely, is it's actually having to do it multiple times to get it to register, because the message we're sending has a rolling counter value of 0. There you go, 0. Sorry. And it's conflicting with the rolling counter coming from the real part of the car. So it's possible that it'll have to try up to 4 times. So that's 200 milliseconds times 4, which is 800 milliseconds. That's almost a second. Potentially that it could take per button press. Never fear, I have code that I'll have to go dig out of Shane's trash bin that is able to submit the button spam messages with the correct rolling counter value, so that actually the car is going to have the invalid rolling counter rather than us, which is good. But the fact that it's not canceling and it's working for the most part, more than likely this 84 versus 86 is rounding error. Let's see if I bump it up. Yeah, I think it's a rounding error. Everything is in meters per second internally, and so I think the conversion is just excuse me. The numbers from the cruise control round very nicely to miles per hour values, because they are miles per hour values. The values from coming out of the longitudinal planner, no such business. The other thing I think I was going to say that I can get to is the longitudinal planner imparts a certain amount of delay partially to compensate for the actuator delay. That is, if you were using a gas pedal, it's assuming you're using a gas pedal. It's also trying to take into account, like, as soon as it sees that there's a car in front of you that is traveling slower than you, when you're using a gas pedal, you don't want to immediately let up on the gas pedal and hit the brakes until you're down to the right speed. That's not normally how you operate. You do things gradually. In the case of this, we don't want to do it gradually. I need to get the planner to give me. Here we go. I'm gonna have to probably hit the brakes for this guy. Well, yeah. But with my time hopefully freed up a little bit for experimental things, okay, I'll be able to work on the automatic emergency braking analysis, which we can use. Hopefully we can use the the AEB message both to provide friction braking for the pedal interceptor, and possibly to provide friction braking for this. But I did a lot of talking to try to tell you that soon you'll be able to use openpilot in a Chevy Bolt that doesn't have adaptive cruise, and you will not need a pedal interceptor to get limited functionality. I'm excited. I was excited when I had the idea, and then I thought maybe it wasn't going to work, and now I'm excited again because it's working. Why is my laptop screen off? That's weird. All right. Well, guys, thanks for watching. I always appreciate that. Thank you so much to my Patreon patrons. If you aren't a patron and you like this stuff, maybe become one. Maybe you wanna just, I don't know, give me some money on PayPal or something. I'm always maybe there will be a day where I'm not desperate for cash all the time, and I do apologize for asking. But I don't really have much, if anything, in the way of income aside from Patreon, so I'm always grateful for that. All right, you guys, you have a great day. Well, there's not much left of it. Have a pleasant evening, and thanks for watching.